Surprising thing ever discovered inside animals. 1000 coins. A turtle in Thailand lived in a pond where visitors frequently threw coins inside for luck. The poor turtle had mistaken the coins for food and swallowed thousands of coins over years. Ultimately, the weight of the coins wore the poor creature down and it broke its shell. The turtle had to undergo hours of surgery to get the coins removed from its belly, but unfortunately the beautiful creature passed away 2 weeks later. This incident just goes on to show how we, as humans, must take care of our actions and their impact on nature. A human thumb. In 1992, a fisherman in Wyoming caught a trout, and when he opened its belly, he was surprised to find a human thumb inside. Upon further research, the original owner of the thumb was also discovered. In 1991, a 32-year-old man was at a reservoir in Wyoming when he suffered an injury and lost 3 fingers to his boat's propeller. While 2 of the fingers were found and reattached, the poor man lost his thumb. It turned out that a trout happened to ingest the thumb, which remained undigested inside its belly for almost a year. The man took it all in good humor and said he would now keep the thumb in a jar on a shelf to show people. A suit of armor. In the early 90s, several tiger sharks that were examined mysteriously contained some of the most unusual objects in their stomachs. The items were kept on display in 1994 at an exhibition in the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County. The craziest object among them was perhaps a whole suit of armor, complete with a helm. How the whole suit ended up in the deep waters and how a tiger shark came to swallow it remains unclear. An assortment of junk. Ostriches usually feed on leaves and seeds, but one particular ostrich in a London zoo had consumed many other things. In the 1930s, the ostrich mysteriously lost its life and doctors decided to find out what had caused it. Inside its stomach, there was a rope, a few handkerchiefs, a glove, several coins, and a nail. The poor animal had eaten an assortment of junk that was discarded by the careless visitors inside its enclosure. The pointy end of the nail was what had ultimately taken the ostrich's life. Socks. A 3-year-old Great Dane had taken a liking for the most unusual foods to consume. But when the pooch fell ill one day, he was taken to the vet for an examination. His X-ray revealed that the dog had devoured 43.5 socks. Apparently, he had been eating all the old socks that were lying around the house. He had to undergo a long surgery to take them all out, and thankfully, it was successful. Chickens and their coop. A tiger shark off the coast of Florida was discovered to have eaten one of the oddest meals ever. The shark's belly housed a bunch of chickens. While that doesn't sound so unusual, the chickens were swallowed whole and were still in their coop when they were being eaten. So, the creature had eaten an entire chicken coop full of live chickens in one big meal. As to how the chicken coop got there in the ocean is still a big mystery. A whole deer. In 2014, a taxidermist in Alabama was examining an alligator when he spotted something extraordinary in the creature's stomach. The 15-feet-long beast had apparently swallowed a whole adult female deer. The doe was around 3 years old when it was swallowed and was around 115 pounds in weight. The doe's fur was missing, which meant it had been digested, but apart from that, it was completely intact. Besides that, he also discovered 2 squirrel carcasses in the alligator's stomach. Light bulb. When a puppy came across a light bulb for the first time, it had an idea that was not very bright. Strangely, the puppy managed to swallow the whole light bulb in one big gulp. But then came the worst part: shards of glass cut into the poor animal's stomach and he had to undergo an intensive surgery. Usually, such animals are quietly put down, but this puppy miraculously survived. Reportedly, many dogs have the tendency of swallowing light bulbs and it becomes a heavy task for the vets to get them out.